Okay, so sometime in the early 1980s, you realized the tap water is not good for you, so you begin to purchase bottled water. And like that, the bottled water industry grew from virtually nothing to a $90 billion industry. So problem solved, right? Not quite. As it turned out, other users like celebrities contracted cancer and claimed the sources from chemicals that leach up in plastic bottles. Truth is, most bottled tap water is not federally tested or regulated for quality. With a little marketing, the bottled water companies figured out they could bottle water in cheap plastic yet toxic bottles and sell it to you for over $1 per liter. With material costs next to nothing today, bottled water costs on average more than gasoline, going one step further. So you decided it's cool to drink unregulated water soaked in a plastic container that was shipped from some island in South Pacific Norway, another faraway location. Besides from health risk, while bottled water is considered one of the biggest environmental problems we face today, well, it seems you're trapped yourself, and that's some bad news. The good news is that you're amazing. Let's face it, if you go onto the moon, you can fix the first problem. After that, the second one, right? Right. And you did. You used it using shiny, amazing technology and all the other brilliant things that make you human. However, you found a solution. So what is it? Hi, my name is Victoria Davila, founder and CEO of Tidal Wave, which is headquartered in Orlando, Florida. Bottled water is one of the environmentally movement's biggest scapegoats, and for one reason. Only about 10% of plastic water bottles get recycled every day. The rest end up in landfills. Or at their most tragic are the gruesome killers of wildlife. Recycling, of course, is only a marginal solution, as it too requires resources. Reusable water bottles, on the other hand, are a more sustainable solution, but they greatly reduce the convenience factor, leaving their on-the-go owners scrambling for refill sources. Enter Tidal Wave, an innovative, sustainable water solution. The innovative service aims to provide public access to clean drinking water as an alternative to bottled water, implementing a system of reusable bottles and refill stations across high-traffic outdoor public areas like train stations, national and city parks, city centers, town markets, or even hiking trails. Tidal Wave aims to end America's addiction to bottled water and closes the gap of depleting outdoor public water fountains with a subscription refill service, which allows customers to fill up on filtered, clean tap water. The subscription encourages users to download a free mobile app that is used to activate the spouts of the outdoor bottle filling stations. The mobile app is the center of Tidal Wave operations. The app provides beneficial information about water, helps manage a person's daily intake of water, controls consumers' billing for the subscriptions, and provides a map of the nearest bottle filling stations. Interestingly, the Tidal Wave business model has to overcome the same hurdle as electric vehicles: network effects. The more people demand it, the more refill stations there will be. It's not inconceivable that Tidal Wave looks to develop its own cool cachet, like Starbucks, where walking up to a tidal wave fountain is seen as a sign of a segment for tidal wave. Tidal Wave's bottle filling service will primarily market outdoor enthusiasts that can be labeled as a dirty hippie. This target audience is a prospective segment for Tidal Wave. In 2014, Americans took advantage of the diversity and accessibility of the nation's outdoor opportunities. Nearly half, 49.4%, of all Americans participated in some form of outdoor recreation last year. Although, to further help Tidal Wave's case, the number of total outdoor outings increased, reaching an all-time high. Americans took 12.4 billion outdoor excursions in. The second target group Tidal Wave will focus on are users of Go Green products. Consumers over the age of 55 years old are the most prolific users of green products in the United States, according to a survey by ICOM Information and Communications. Research has shown that green consumers are sincere in their intentions, with a growing commitment to greener lifestyles. They look for companies that are taking substantive steps and have made a commitment to improve the environment. Such as Tidal Wave serves as a great example of these the competition. Filtering water is a big business, and there are various products in the market to help ensure better drinking water for families. Tidal Wave's largest market competition will be all existing products that filter people's own water rather than providing them with the actual service such as Tidal Wave aims to do. Some of these products include faucet filtering systems, drinking pitchers with carbon filters, or water bottles with filters inside of them. The water bottle has been seen as the easiest and cheapest solution for drinking fresh. One of the biggest advantages for Tidal Wave is their market share distribution. Filtered water bottles and bottle filling stations that have a sales contract with targeted consumers are considered direct competitors. Brita has been the leading brand for decades, currently dominating 70% of their filtered pitcher market and found in 8% of U.S. households. The overall consumption of bottled water has dropped slightly, by 4.5%, but the rate of decline is less than the decline of total U.S. refreshment beverage market, which dropped 2.7% in 2014. Tap and bottled water accounted for 30% of the typical American liquids intake last year, Marketing Corp, a consulting firm. One of Tidal Wave's best competitive position includes public outdoor bottle filling stations. These filling stations are convenient installations, have healthier, greater tasting filtered water, have a superior filtration system at a low service price, and super easy to use filter maintenance that will be done by Tidal Wave. Consumers who use this service don't have to worry about filtering and maintenance for the water fountain Tidal Wave and at their earliest convenience. Moderate barriers to entry will exist for Tidal Wave because although the market is fragmented and no one company leads it, nonprofit organizations today want to supply public citizens with free local filtered tap water and have already begun to do so in certain major cities. However, this market is growing and for-profit competitors are low. The additional thing to consider is that it could add to the current barrier to entry are the government regulations. Although not strict to comply to, they vary from regards to using city/public water suppliers for bottle filling stations. An additional barrier that Tidal Wave will have to run into will include high startup costs, which could be expensive for a smaller beginner company. Tidal Wave will have to ensure it has enough funds to cover, provides it with a compelling edge against market competitors, and it puts it above water. Tidal Wave SWOT analysis puts it high above strong market competitors. It has strengths which include waste reduction, less plastic, hygiene, easy installation of bottle filling stations, it's convenient, sustainable, and has a growing market. However, on the other hand, its weakness, it is limited to customization, but this factor should not be taken into consideration because consumers are not looking for customization, they are looking for convenience. On the other hand, this might serve as a downfall when certain consumers start to need to be able to recognize Tidal Wave's bottle filling station. The other weakness Tidal Waves comes across is maintenance. Maintenance will have to be done on an annual basis, at least once a month on each bottle filling station. This could lead to high reoccurring costs. However, this is being addressed today. Tidal Wave also has experience and opportunities. They can gain tax credits from installing bottle filling station in certain cities, and there's an emerging market for these types of water fountains. The increase in market is penetration to increase service availability. Last but not least, part of Tidal Wave SWOT analysis is its threats. Some of the threats include existing free public water fountains. These have been around for decades. The public still adheres to using free tap waters installed by the city's local department. However, one must consider that these public fountains are not filtered and most are outdated. Additionally, water purifying products serves as a threat for Tidal Waves. It's been served that these products can apply to convenience for consumers. However, Tidal Wave plans to grow steadily over the next 2 years, becoming a known and respected company that provides a service whose aim is to increase ease of water and access in order to promote reusable water bottle usage. Within the next 5 years, the company will bring in $0.5 million annually in service sales. Within the water purifying products market share, it will capture at least 50% of the market nationwide. Within 10 years, the company plans to expand its physical presence throughout the country, with up to 100 site installations, having captured at least 1/3 of the 50 U.S. states, and with revenues of $1.5 million annually. In total, within 10 years, the company hopes to reap $3 million in annual sales. To reach this long-term goal of becoming one of the major players When it comes to water purifying products and services, Tidal Wave will continue to target the right market and identify the most effective city populations for installing bottle filling stations in public areas. Tidal Wave Concepts lends itself well to building a new market and remaining the